I want to just go ahead and dive right into it. Every month, I always take out a day where I do an inventory check. Not just an inventory of my supplies here at my home office, but also to an inventory check of what's in my bag that I always carry with me. So for all of my newbies that are getting ready to launch and you're trying to figure out, well, what do I carry with me to these signings? Well, let me show you what I have. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, welcome. Hopefully you like this and you like many more. Please go ahead and subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. If there's anything in this bag that you see that I did not mention or I didn't talk about, please don't hesitate to ask by leaving a comment below. Keep in mind, this is my personal preferences. Clearly in this industry, there is no right or wrong. It's about what you would like and what you prefer. So I'm actually going to be checking it on camera with you. So if I have a look on my face that, oh, this was in here, you'll be experiencing that moment with me. So bear with me, okay? So this backpack, I chose it number one because it's waterproof. It repels water very well. So if I get stuck in the rain, no problem there. On the side of my backpack, I kind of hook to it my umbrella. I keep my umbrella latched onto my backpack because sometimes I've had it where I got to a signing, it's fine, and then I walk out and it's pouring rain. That's not the most fun experience ever. So I will put the link for this bag in the description below in case you're interested in purchasing this. We'll just go right through it. The front part of the zipper, what I have in here is my little footies. A good friend of mine who's a realtor, shout out to Integrity Signings, gave me a few of these. These come in so handy. Whenever someone says, please, can you take off your shoes? I prefer to wear footies. I don't know what's on your floor. No offense, nothing personal. I just prefer to put on some footies instead of walking bare feet or with my socks on their floor. And this zipper here, I always carry a extra mask, okay? So sometimes, you know, the new normal, you have to wear a mask, obviously, during these signings and anywhere you go. I'm still not 100% always used to the mask, so sometimes I walk out of my car and I'm like, oh, forgot my mask. I have to walk back out. So during these pandemic times, I have extra masks in my bag. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, gloves. I carry these gloves with me. However, very early on in the process, I stopped wearing them during the signings, especially during the summer, because my hands would get really, really sweaty. Latex and sweat don't mix too well. If it's a signer that's a bit extra, that wants to see me wearing gloves, and they want me to wear gloves, I have my own. I will pull these out and use that. Now we're going to dive in more to the inside of the bag. In this front zipper area here, it goes really far. It bends over completely almost. And let me show you what I have in here. This is really what I pull out of the bag while it sits next to me at the signing. And majority of what I need is really in here. Try your very best not to get too spread out at the table wherever you're doing the signing. Number one, because there's no point of getting that comfortable. Two, you don't want to end up leaving something very important behind. It's best to keep only essential items out for yourself, so that way when you're packing everything up, there's only so much that you have to pack, less of a chance of you forgetting something. So let's go ahead and go through my actual notary pouch. The first thing is, of course, is your stamp. Clearly very important. You must carry this with you everywhere, obviously, and you have to have it at the signings because that's the whole point as to why you are there. Very, very, very important, especially during these pandemic days in America, having your sanitizer. What I always do the minute that I sit down wherever we're going to conduct the signing, I always tell the signer, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my hands now before we get started and before I look at your physical ID. And actually, this is why I always do my inventory check, because it needs a refill. So I'm going to leave this out so that I can remember to refill it here. The other things that I have are just blue and black pens. I keep a couple in my pouch. These are my pens to use by me. I do not give these to the signers to use and take it back. These are my own pens that I use to do my notaries, okay? Another thing that I have in here, oh, my stapler. Sometimes you have to staple something. Most of the time, it's a voided check. All right, what else do I have in here? Oh, Stickies. Stickies will be your best friend. You always want to keep a couple of stickies in here in case you need to jot down specific notes, not just for the signer, but maybe for the title company when you're sending back the file. Or you want to maybe mark the page for the signer where the why instructions are so that they can find it faster. I always put a little sticky like this one on there. My inkless fingerprint pad. I don't use it as often anymore here in Northern Virginia. They don't require in Virginia that you have to keep a notary journal, but in your state, if they do, make sure you find out and you verify. This is also in my little notary pouch. Okay, so that's what's in the pouch itself. Like I said, I always pull this out, and this is my main item. Also in here, I have another pouch. Of course, it's bright. These pouches are from all around the house. Do not feel the need to go out, especially at the beginning where money is tight, to have to buy all this new stuff to store things. Use what you have at home first. See how it works. These are extra pens that I actually have for the signers to use. I prefer to have some extra pens available in case there's a color pen that they're requesting that the signers don't have themselves. So what I do is I already sanitize these. I put them in the Ziploc bag. I have one for blue, one for black. Clearly, my inventory check, I got to refill this bag. Okay, but when I get there, I always tell the signer, okay, so here's a pen for you. Consider it a gift. And I always wobble to the top of the pen, and I do this so that they can take it. This way, they're not sticking their hands in the bag. You know, COVID times. I had people's personal pens run out of ink. And then they didn't have any other ones. So always, always, always have pens with you, okay? This is my extra stamp. Like I mentioned, always have a backup in case the main one dies on you. So tissue, first aid kit, whatever you need there. I always keep an extra water bottle in my bag in case I start to choke for whatever reason. You're talking all day, so sometimes your throat and your mouth will get dry. Binder clips, paper clips, rubber bands. These are extra supplies that I have. These are actual Lysol wipes to either wipe down something, whatever it is. I carry this with me. Most of the time I wipe down my bag, of course, because I had it sitting on the floor next to me. I know this may seem weird, but I actually have hand soap. So a lot of this other stuff is like a fork and knife and spoon, nothing important. Extra pens, some of my business cards that I carry with me, which actually I'm running out. I only have 2 left, so I do need to refill this. This one here used to carry my wallet and things, but I actually took that out, so I really don't need this in the bag anymore, so we'll go ahead and get rid of this. In the next section of this bag, there's 3 main sections. So we just went through the first section. There's a middle section. It literally opens up like this. In here, I also have my journal book. A lot of you are probably familiar with this book. You've probably seen it all throughout YouTube. Even though my state doesn't require it, I still keep it in my bag. And then I have my clear folders here that keep essential information like my E&O insurance, my rescission calendar, the sample signature, aka way to sign, and I keep a lot of my individual acknowledgement forms, jurat forms, all of those forms in here for when I need them. In case you don't have access to footies like the blue ones I showed you at the beginning, shower caps are actually great footies, so I actually keep these as backup. In this back part of the backpack, I carry extra FedEx, UPS, envelopes, and pouches. I've actually helped other notaries when I'm at FedEx who are new, my newbies, didn't get their order yet, and they went to FedEx and they don't have the envelopes, and I've been kind enough to share. So hopefully that helped. That's pretty much all that I have in my notary bag. Again, everything that I talked about in this video will be in my description box below, so please do not hesitate to look there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.